Laurie Pryor is seeking her third term in the Minnesota House. She represents the south half of Minnetonka and the north half of Eden Prairie. That's District 48A. She is an informed and neighborly public servant.
Mostly I'm making phone calls because that's the safest thing to do right now. The door-to-door, in past campaigns, that's what I did a lot of, and it was great to see people on their front porch and see where they live in the neighborhoods, but it's just not quite as safe right now, but phone calls are. And I'm finding that phone calls are a great way to really connect with people and have those conversations that really kind of get underneath some of the the craziness that we hear in the media, but just, what really matters to people. I do spend a lot of time in the virtual world, and, I am getting used to it, that you do get to see people, and actually you get to see people, even more people than you have in the past, because you get to see where they live. And if they've got the dog or the cat, the child that comes in to say hello to us on Zoom, I get to see little Maria sometimes. She's a 3-year-old. And she's so sweet. She's a child of a colleague, someone that I know and do a lot of Zoom calls with. And she just kind of pops up usually at the end of the call and gives a wave. And we say in the chat, "Hi, Maria." And she says back to me, "Hi, Laurie."
Laurie and her constituents are fully aware of this election's importance.
I can name what's going on, and people are aware of what's going on, but we're living through a pandemic. And our government response to this pandemic that we continue with is going to make the difference between people living and dying. But it's not just the pandemic. We're also aware of systematic racism. In the House of Representatives, we've been identified that as a public health crisis. And that's coming from doctors and nurses and public health officials that are telling us that. So we're naming it, we're acknowledging it, and we need to change it. And the third important reason for voting in this election is the climate crisis. We already are seeing that in California with the wildfires, in Oregon, the hurricanes that are happening in our southern states and coastal states. These are just evidence, again, of the extreme weather events that happen when a climate across the globe is warming up to levels that are just not sustainable. So these are things that we can change. These are issues that government can address, and we can't step away from this moment and what we're experiencing right now. So I want to talk a little bit about voting and the vote plan. And this isn't just who you're going to vote for, but how you're going to do it. And right now we have in Minnesota 3 options. We can do early absentee balloting by mail, which is a safe, easy way to do it from your kitchen table. Just fill it out, put it in the envelope, put it in the other envelope, and take it to the mailbox. Another way to do it is to vote in person early absentee, and you can do that at City Hall. So you can go to City Hall during office hour, regular business hours, and they'll walk you through the whole process of voting early absentee. And then you know for sure your vote is being counted. So that's way number 2. And the third way to do it, of course, is the traditional way, which is to go there on Election Day. And again, we have set aside the resources we need so that voting will be safe. So however you do it, just make sure you vote this year. Just know your vote really matters, and I hope that I'm somebody that can earn your vote. I've been out in the community talking to people since I was first elected in 2016. I always respond when people write to me as your state representative. And I just want to say it's been an honor representing you, and I hope that I can continue to represent you.